Hello, and thanks for joining us. This is Denise Raleigh from the Gail Borden Public Library, and I am so excited to be here with Fernando Ramirez, and you are the president of the Mexican Cultural Center of DuPage and the founder of this project that we're going to unveil. And our Vanna White for today is Jessica Carapia from the Hispanic Services Manager Department. And we have the most exciting news, and without further ado, we are going to take the drape off this beautiful object and find out what it is. Without further ado. Is this not a beautiful piece? And I'm going to ask Fernando. By the way, I'm going to speak in English, and then Jessica's going to cover this very same topic in Spanish. So if you're Spanish speaking and you'd like to hear this in Spanish, just stay tuned. This is going to take a few minutes, just a few minutes, and then we're going to go into Spanish. Fernando, talk about this project.
Yeah, so Olmec Trails was an exhibition we just had over the summer, and we are lucky enough now that we're going to be bringing it here to the library, Gail Borden Public Library, so we're so excited about that.
And how many of them are going to be here?
33 of them we'll have here at one point, so I think that's the goal. And there was a lot of people in the summer, they're like, I want to see them all, I'm like, well, I don't know what to tell you, I don't know how to help you there. And then all of a sudden, of course, keeping it to myself. And so we have this wonderful opportunity now to be able to have them. They're a little bit more weathered, but that's what I think is the beauty of the art. You know, this is what it was made, this was what it was intended for, to be out in the communities. And Enrique was a great example of that, an artist from Dallas, and his art is very different than everybody else's, which everybody was doing more paint, brush, and he is more piping. And so he used a material that would last a little bit longer, even though we did have a little bit indoors for a little while. But you can tell just by walking, and when everybody has an opportunity to come out and look at it, you'll get to be able to see a good glimpse of who he is as a person, because there's a lot of personal details in here, and family members, and celebrates a lot of aspects of.
And the name of this is Dragon, right?
No, this one's a treasure.
Dragon Rosa.
Yeah, he changed it after. He actually changed. No, that's good though.
Okay.
Good that you bring that up, because a lot of them that were giving them the names before they even what they were in their mind. But once they were actually out there doing it, and they saw how much time they put into it and how much thought they put into it, the name started changing at that point. So the name that's on it now is the last that he wanted to present to everybody, because that's what he wanted to do in the beginning. But no, yeah. So now I can't remember the one where it's Photos and Memories. Fotos y Retratos is the name of the piece. So very beautiful.
A lot of these are going to end up in the World Cup cities in 2026. That's in Canada and Mexico and the United States. Talk about that.
Right, yeah. So what we're doing is we're working on trying. We're now working with different groups in those hosting cities to be able to send these heads back to where a lot of those artists came from, because that's how we flew in those artists to build on this. Like I said, he's from Dallas, so that's a hosting city in when the World Cup comes around. So the Olmecs were the first civilization that existed, and they created the Mesoamerican ball game. So when you have the world's eyes now here in these three countries now, right, the idea now is to say, hey, we already had a ball game a long time ago, and we were one of the first ones. So bringing that history out and bringing that out to the community, and with that history is important. So it's very cool to be able to do that.
And were they the civilization that came before the Mayans? Or
correct.
The Aztecs?
Yeah. So they inspired the Mayans and the Aztecs and everything in between, and everything that happened after that. A lot of their traditions and all that stuff passed on to the Mayans and the Aztecs, which were pretty huge. That's pretty big. So.
And we will have all 33. If you missed them in DuPage County, and then what a lovely affair. We actually attended, thank you, the breakfast for opening the project in DuPage. We thank College of DuPage for sharing some of their files with us. Thank you very much. They did some marvelous work down there. On November 13th, we're going to kick off the Olmec Origins, what they will be called here at the library. We will have a very, very special guest to help us. Can you talk to us about who will be coming here on November 13th at 3:30 p.m.?
Yeah. So, and that's probably something I haven't talked as much about openly, but Carlos Tortolero, who's the president emeritus now, and he's now retired from the National Museum of Mexican Art. when he was talking to us about retiring, this idea came up, and because he loves the Olmecs, and I remember following when we would drive, and he would talk all about the Olmecs, so he was really the inspiration of this. So I told him, hey, if there's a way for you to come out here and be able to see them again and unveil them, he's like, perfect, I haven't seen them all. So I'm like, this is the perfect time to be able to see them on, plus he wants to get to know this library too, because we say some great things. We had such a great experiences here. So
thank you.
Yeah,
again, if you saw the 𝐒𝐻𝐵 here last year, it was a fantastic project that we did with the MCC and Fernando, a wonderful partner. We will offer tours. You will be able to our website is gailborden.info. There will be tours times to sign up for, as we did down 𝐒𝐻𝐵. We visit a lot of schools, a lot of community members visited the 𝐒𝐻𝐵's. The tours will be available for the Olmecs. Again, 33 of these, all individually. Yeah. None of them are the same, will be located throughout the library. And so thank you. And now Jessica's going to talk to you in Spanish about this.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Ahora hacemos toda esta presentación en español y mi nombre es Jessica Carapia, soy la coordinadora del Departamento de Servicios Hispanos de la Biblioteca Gail Borden y aquí tenemos a nuestra persona estelar, a Fernando Ramírez, que es presidente y fundador del Centro Cultural Mexicano del Condado de DuPage, que nos va a hablar un poquito sobre las hermosas obras de arte que son las cabezas Olmeca, que van a haber 33 en la biblioteca y van a estar aquí exhibidas este enero. Así es que, Fernando, muchísimas gracias y háblanos un poquito sobre esta exhibición.
Sí. Muchas gracias. Fue pues una exhibición que fue con mucho cariño y son 33 cabezas, son inspiradas por la civilización Olmeca, que es la primera civilización que se conoce por sus cabezas gigantes, monumentales. Y la verdad fue una manera de inspiración para mí y traer 33 y poder tenerlos, en este caso lo teníamos en DuPage County por todo el verano y ahora poder tenerlos aquí en Gail Borden Public Library en todos en el mismo tiempo es increíble, es una buena oportunidad y cuando llama a Gail Borden Public Library se contesta y dice que sí, cada vez.
Excelente. Te quería dejar saber, algo muy interesante que las personas no saben, que aparte de que van a estar exhibidas aquí en la biblioteca, es que también van a estar en un lugar muy importante para los que les encante la Copa Mundial, que va a ser en Norteamérica. Si nos podías hablar un poquito más sobre lo que va a ocurrir en ese instante.
Sí. Claro, gracias. Fíjate que la idea cuando empezamos este proyecto en finales de 2022, empezar a traer unas cabezas que empezamos la idea de cómo traer y celebrar la cultura mexicana y la primera civilización, y los Olmecas fueron como digo, fue la primera civilización y ellos empezaron el juego de la pelota, ¿no? La bola de pelota era de hule que ellos hacían porque significaba los Olmecas es los hombres de hule, la gente de hule. Entonces pensamos en ese tiempo cómo lo hacemos para poder preparar esta exhibición para llevarlos al mundial, ¿no? Entonces pensamos de todos los artistas, los trajimos de todas estas sedes de que sabemos que va a ser aquí en México y en Estados Unidos y Canadá, y mayo trajimos todos los artistas a pintar, y ya terminando aquí empezando a traerlos en 2026, los vamos a llevar a las sedes, todas las ciudades, para poder representar a las sedes y también otras ciudades que no están representados ahí, pero debían estar representados porque son nuestra cultura, nuestra gente. Entonces estamos muy felices por eso. Entonces una de las paradas va a ser aquí. Estamos felices.
Y como se de pasar, los artistas se van inspirando y van cambiando el nombre de su obra. Originalmente la obra se llama El Dragón Rosada. ¿Ha cambiado el nombre recientemente de lo que has contado? ¿Y qué representa esta obra de lo que ha creado este artista?
Sí, claro. Fíjate que Enrique, en las 3 semanas que estuvieron, que estuvo aquí haciendo su pieza, empezó con esa idea de un dragón y casi se nota aquí, porque aquí se mira las uñas, ¿no? Las pezuñas, se notaba que entonces ya cuando empezó a trabajarlo, y así pasa mucho con los artistas que empiezan con una idea y va cambiando porque es los sentimientos que están sintiendo cuando lo están pintando y los recuerdos. Y eso es mucho de lo que son fotos, ahí está en inglés, pero son fotos y recuerdos, porque tiene su abuelita, tiene muchos aspectos de la tradiciones mexicanos, y si te fijas usa mucho rosita, antes estaba un poco más oscuro, rosa era rosa mexicano, ¿no? Fuerte, y esa es su interpretación yo no me gusta explicar mucho porque quiero darle la oportunidad a la gente que vengan y vean qué es lo que puso, y te da una idea de quién es él, y sin tener que leer nada ahí puedes entender, lo puedes conocer a él y entender quién es como persona, y la verdad su trabajo era increíble.
Sí.
Yeah.
Y como mencionaste, estas olmecas van a estar aquí en la biblioteca Gail Borden para que todas las familias de Elgin y sus alrededores vengan y visiten. Y para finalizar, quería hablarte sobre lo que va a ocurrir el 13 de noviembre a las 3:30, un evento que van a tener. Si podrías explicarnos un poquito más sobre eso.
Del evento, pues es la inauguración, ¿no? De ya todas las piezas aquí listos para presentar, abriendo la exhibición, y pues tenemos mi mentor, mi inspiración por la exhibición, Carlos Tortolero, que es el President Emeritus y fundador del Museo Nacional de Artes Mexicanos en Chicago, y pues para mí qué orgullo de tenerlo otra vez, para tener una oportunidad de que los pueda ver, y como él dice, dije, no me tocó verlos todos, y ahora ya me va a tocar verlos todos juntos al mismo tiempo, entonces lo importante.
Pues muchísimas gracias, Fernando Ramírez, presidente y fundador del Centro Cultural de Arte Mexicana en Condado de DuPage. Y para las familias, por favor, van a haber diferentes recorridos durante la biblioteca para que puedan disfrutar de estas hermosas obras de arte de las cabezas olmecas. Es una oportunidad muy única que la biblioteca Gail Borden los ofrece a las familias. Así es que los esperamos. Gracias.